Hello traders, this is MacBillion. Today is February 16, 2016 and let's talk about the market. Let's start with the spider. The spider, as you can see here, bounced. There was a double bounce right here. Major support 182. We were short here, but I say get out and get long because this is gonna bounce and it was high probability for this move. Now, is this bull out of the woods? I wouldn't say that. I'd say I'm here neutral bullish. It break out the 188.47. However, the past 2 days, very low volume. Today it was only $120 million. It usually trade between 140 and 160, which is a good volume. Below that 140, I don't like it. So the last 2 days being below $140 million and being right here, just breaking the 20 simple moving average, you have to be careful right here because the trend is down. All this trend is down, and it can just keep being start moving sideways right here until the market gets a new catalyst. So right here, what we need to watch is a confirmation tomorrow of this 20 simple moving average, and the next target is gonna be 193. It was resistant. It was resistant back in January 29 when it confirmed the breakout, but it was a fake out and it went from 193 to 182 just in a couple days. So this is major resistance, 193. The support will be now the 20 simple moving average or the Fibonacci 188. So for now, since there is no crossover yet on DMI and there is low volume, I'm still bearish but neutral. So you just have to respect the supports that I mentioned, 193, 188, and 182. Those are the levels. So you always need to enter in a breakout with volume, on a fail with volume, or just watch. You don't need to trade if you don't see anything. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Apple. Apple right here is a major support, 94.22. This is the Fibonacci. Uh, we got a nice bounce today. It went up almost 3%. As you can see here, let me zoom this out. It bounced, but it's still right there at the 20 simple moving average. You see that it was resistant back in January 26 and 27. So we need a confirmation tomorrow to get this going. DMI is neutral because the directionals are very close together. So when they're very close together like that, you have to be neutral. You have to get out and wait for a confirmation of a breakout, a bounce, whatever you need to trade. But get out because here anything can happen. It can fail and go down, or it can just start moving up and the next target will be 103. I still think Apple is going to test 182 or 85 before it tests the 103. So I'm very neutral in Apple still, but I'm watching the 20 simple moving average to see if it confirm the breakout. Then I will say that this is going to go to 103. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Bank of America. Bank of America, as you can see here, it moved sideways since 2014. You see all this sideways move for 2 years, moving sideways between 1450 and 1796. It finally break down January 25th, and you can see here is right at the support $11. It was a nice bounce the last 2 days, and you see that is still bearish on DMI. This is different from the other ones that I showed you before because it's still bearish and the directionals are very separate. So the level here to watch is $11. If we break down $11, you can see that there is not support until $6. Yeah, it sounds terrible, but I don't see any support between those two Fibonacci levels. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Gold Corporation. I'm learning this one because it break out this falling wedge, and you can see here the major resistance is 1579. You can see it was resistant in August 2015, it was resistant in October 2015, and it was resistant now and again. Every time it break out right here, the next day never confirms. However, this time DMI is really bullish, and I think It's gonna just move sideways right here, and the level to watch is the 21 double exponential moving average. As you can see here, every time we break down the double exponential, the 21, it always goes down very fast. But if it holds and break out the 1579, this is gonna continue to 1853 or $20. I'm bullish on gold. I think it's gonna move sideways here and it's gonna continue, or it's probably gonna test right here this breakdown, and that's gonna be a really nice trade to get in if it goes right to the falling wedge and bounce, because that will be a good trade to enter long. So I'm bullish in Gold Corporation. So now let's talk about the iShare Russells. The Russell, which is the represents the small caps, right here still bearish on DMI, no volume for the last 2 days like the spider, right there below the 20 simple moving average. Right there, you see? Let me zoom this out. It's right there at the 20 simple moving average. So if it confirms tomorrow about today's high, then I would say this thing is gonna go to 103. So you keep an eye on today's high, which it was on 99.10, and then you have to keep an eye on 100, because you always need to keep an eye on the decade numbers: 100, 110, 120. Any decade number you have to be careful, because it's gonna now be resistant. So I'm gonna be watching this one. Now it's bearish neutral, no volume, because the game is still down, the trend is down, and I think if it fails right here, it's gonna be another letdown. It's gonna be another letdown, and it's gonna probably go again right here at 192 or $90. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Netflix. Netflix bounced at $81.55, and you can see here it's still below the 20, still below the 50. It's just holding about the 5 simple moving average, and today it prints a very small candle, meaning there is a lot of traders that don't want to jump in right now. It's just there waiting to see if it break out the 20. DMI is bearish, volume is bad. I don't like Netflix right here. I'm just gonna be watching. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about, this is one that's gonna report tomorrow, so I have it on my earnings watch list. I'm gonna trade this one tomorrow. I just buy puts or calls before the market close, and then I'm gonna sell it the next day. My take on this one is the 20 simple moving average is resistant. I think it's bearish. I think it's gonna test again 24, and probably it's gonna move down very nice to the 23 or 22 level. So I think this one is bearish. I think this one needs to be short. So that's my take on NVIDIA. Now let's talk about another one. I have the Qs. The Qs, as you can see here, resisting $100. See, after it break down this support, this trend support, it's testing again the $100 resisting, which is also the 20 simple moving average. So let's see what happens tomorrow if we can confirm about today's high. Today's high was 123. So if it confirms about that level, I think it can start moving up a little bit. However, I don't like volume, and we just need to watch, because I prefer to wait for a good trade with volume than to enter right here in a trade that has very low probability. Let's talk about silver. Silver, like gold, is not as strong as gold, but it's right here very near major trend resistance. So that this one you have to put it in your watch list, and when it break out, enter long. Not now, because it's very near there. It hasn't been there to the resistance. So as soon as it break out right here, get long. So that's very nice one. You have to put it in your watch list. This is Silver Corporation. So now let's talk about the last one, which is Tesla. Tesla is a stock that is very difficult to trade, like I said many times. So you have to be careful and trade very small on this one, because it makes big moves. I think it can move up here back at the 20, which is $177. But there is no direction right here. I think it's gonna build some support right here, 154, and then it's gonna continue down because the trend is down and DMI is bearish. I think it's gonna be another letdown, and I think the target will be 123. I'm bearish on Tesla. Okay, traders, I have a nice promotion on the website. You can check and join MacBillion for a lifetime membership. So check it out. This is everything for today. Trade on.